Tonight, the college baseball season comes to an end with a do-or-die final game in Omaha. Texas A&M versus Tennessee for the national championship. And if you watch the game tonight on ESPN, you just may recognize a familiar face.
Before the game, you always have a little bit of nerves before any game. You want to go out there and do your best.
This weekend at the College World Series final in Omaha, Caledonia native David Uyl was under the brightest lights of the sport as part of the 8-man umpire crew.
Just when you step back and think about, 8 guys from California to Virginia, being selected in that group it's definitely an honor.
Uyl's journey began as a two-sport athlete at Caledonia High School and then Hope College. But following in his older brother's footsteps, he always wanted to be an umpire.
Another friend of mine, DJ Rayburn, who's a major league umpire.
Yeah.
We both went to Hope College over in Holland, and we graduated in December of 1999. And January of 2000, we went to umpire school and started our pro careers, and kind of off we went.
And 25 years later, Uyl's career has taken him to some of the biggest baseball games all across the country.
I spent 10 years in professional baseball, and then the last 14 in college baseball in the Big Ten and the SEC. So it's been a long time, of hard work and a lot of sacrifice.
But one of the few events Uyl hadn't worked was the College World Series.
And it's definitely amplified here. There were some nerves and just telling yourself to focus on every pitch.
Until he got the call to spend the last 2 weeks in Omaha at one of the biggest sporting events in the nation.
Once the game gets going, you kind of get into a groove and you sit back and realize, hey, it's still a baseball game. Yeah, there are a lot of people watching, but at the end of the day, it's still a game, and we've done this a long time.
The culmination of a long and successful career for Uyl that began right here in West Michigan.
I just had a great experience at Hope over in Holland, and met a lot of good people and had a great experience, and I think that set me up for success later in life. And looking back on this little hobby, it's been quite the journey for sure.